This shouldn't be like some weirdo. Do not live with your girl, bro. Don't do it. Well, Myron, want to get sex? I want to be able to hang out with her and watch movies. No. Well, Myron, I live with a girl. That actually makes me less gay. No, it makes you very gay. Bro, this panel sucks, bro. I'm about to end this show, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Close.
It's fine, bro. You know what?
Dude, I do better on my political show by myself.
Yeah,
it's funny as fuck. It's like, this is a pain in the ass dealing with these chicks, man.
We can't end it.
What the f***? Like, I'm honestly about to just end this, just do my own stream, bro. It's pissing me off.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
You
lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What is that?
Don't talk about my wife, you stupid. Shut your stupid mouth.
Or very pretty. Nachos with. Oh, hey, ladies. What's up? Oh, no English? You guys look very beautiful. If you want to roll with us, we're gonna head to one of the clubs.
Yeah, we got better plans than whatever you'll have planned.
Promise you that. I'm gonna take a leap of faith that will show you a good time, then tag along.
How about their friends coming with him?
All right.
Well,
You're lost.
we'll let you guys have a good day.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, I have a question. For a community that's so obsessed with showing the world how masculine and how straight they are, why do y'all spend so much time obsessed with other men? Right? Like, whose body is better? Who has a better jawline? Who makes the most money? Who has the highest testosterone? Then y'all go to other questions like, who's alpha? Who's beta? Who's sigma? Who's high value? Who mocked who? That's the new one. Who mocked who? Brother, what are the women in this conversation? All right. And before everybody loses their mind, no, being gay is not an insult. All right. And I'm not saying that these men are secretly gay. I'm talking about the irony of building a whole ideology about being heterosexual, male-dominant society, and yet you spend all your time seeking validation from other men. And once you get past how funny that is, you'll see that there's a serious issue going on here. All right, but all jokes aside, before we start talking about Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit, Clavicular, and all these other dudes, we need to figure out where this all came from. Believe it or not, Andrew Tate did not invent the Manosphere or the red pill. This was started way before he ever came along. And technically, the Manosphere isn't just one organization. There's no round table with a bunch of dudes sitting around talking about how they gonna hate on women this week. It's an umbrella term for a bunch of different organizations. These groups include men's rights activists, pickup artists, men going their own way, the red pill, and the incels. And these groups don't always like each other, right? They are not identical at all for the most part, but researchers generally connect them through reoccurring ideas like masculinity, feminism, gender relations, dating, and the belief that modern society somehow screwed men over. One of the most important early pieces of this was the pickup artist culture. Some of y'all ain't old enough to even remember this, but there was a VH1 show called The Pickup Artist. The premise was basically attracting women isn't organic. It's a system. If you learn the system, learn the lines, learn the techniques, improve your status, you can essentially game the women.
Showing the boys how it's done. Mystery and Matador went into the club to show us how this is done, and we got to watch it on surveillance camera.
Pleasure. Hello. Who are you? Right off the bat, like Mystery was talking to the bartender, Matador was talking to another girl. I mean, before they even got in the club, they were already like in conversations with these people.
You're huggable. I need to hug you. I don't know why.
For God's sake!
And if you notice something, because we're gonna see this over and over again, men insecurity is always presented with an extremely simple solution. Like, are you shy? Can't talk to women? Getting rejected? Don't worry, I cracked the code. And you're gonna see that over and over again.
Oh yeah, I know everything.
And these guys were usually very oriented in selling guides, selling books, tutorials, and that's how this whole system that you can purchase started. And then came the red pill culture, and yes, that's from The Matrix, one of my favorite movies, and they just took it and destroyed it. And the premise being the red pill wakes you up from the dream and you see reality as what it is instead of what's presented to you. And they'll come around saying, yeah, you guys are on the blue pill. You see what they present to you while we are on the red pill and we see what society really is and we see how women really operate. And usually when anybody tell me anything that makes no sense, like they discovered something that billions of people around the world have not discovered, My eyebrow goes up immediately because usually you buy 3 sentences away from trying to sell me something, and I'm too cheap to join anything.
I know what you're thinking. Another guy hawking healing crystals door to door. Well, I don't like to call them crystals. I like to call them transformational facilitators.
So with these gurus, men aren't encouraged to, just become healthier anymore. They're taught to figure out where they rank in the world, How attractive are you? How much money are you making? How many women can you get? How dominant are you compared to other men? And please remember that last part because we are coming back to it. And there's one thing that made this kind of stuff convincing to young men is that they don't present it as an opinion, which it is. They present it as a science. Evolutionary psychology, biology, natural selection. Men are created to do Y, women are created to do X, And that's something that started off as one dude's opinion about his ex-girlfriend and made it sound like a lecture at Harvard. But just because you're putting scientific vocabulary around your opinion doesn't make it scientific fact. Then we got other branches that go in different directions. You got the MGTOW or men going their own way, which is weird. Essentially sounds like the answer is to minimize or abandon relationships with women altogether. And then you got the incel communities or the involuntary celibates. And that's where some of the hierarchy becomes, fatalistic.
I'm an adult virgin.
Then if the red pill says the dating game is rigged, but here's how you can win, then the black pill comes in and says, some of y'all can't. Your genetics already decided it. Your face, your height, your bone structure. Game over, bro. And if that sounds suspiciously similar to some of the looks maxing content that we're getting today, hold your horses. We're getting there. So over time, the names have changed, but the message remains the same, whether it's the pickup artists, the red pills, the MGTOWs, the incels, the manosphere, the alpha males, the high value males, the looks maxers. Underneath is a lot of the same promises. You're struggling, and I can explain why. And that's the important part because here's where I'm going to give the manosphere a little bit of credit. So they actually identified something real. A lot of men are lonely. A lot of men are lost. A lot of men don't know where they fit anymore. A lot of men genuinely need help. The problem isn't the manosphere itself, is that the manosphere noticed that. And the problem is what they told them to do next.
Help me! Help me!
And this is where I'm probably going to surprise some people. The manosphere isn't necessarily wrong about everything. There are a lot of men who are struggling, a lot of men who are lonely, a lot of men who struggle with dating. There are men who don't have strong male role models. There are some men who feel like nobody gives a damn about their problems. I gotta watch my mouth, I have a daughter. And there are men who are really asking reasonable questions. What exactly am I supposed to be? And I think as a society, we really have a hard time answering that questions. We could tell boys what not to be all day. Like, don't be toxic, don't be aggressive, don't be controlling, okay? But what should they become? Should they be strong? Should they be confident? Should they be a provider? Should they be compassionate? Should they be emotionally available or independent? Should they be a leader or a combination of all of that? And that's a complication, but the manosphere gives you an easy answer to all of that. Get rich, get jacked, get women, dominate other men, and don't show weakness. And if you're a 17-year-old kid who's lonely and getting rejected and don't really know who you are, that sounds like a really attractive message. So I don't even think most of these men enter these spaces because they generally hate women. I think a lot of them enter these spaces because they're generally asking for help, and somebody figured out how to monetize on that. Here's where I'm probably going to piss off a lot of people again, but whatever. Self-improvement is actually a good thing. Going to the gym, losing weight if you need to, building muscle, taking care of your skin, getting a haircut, learning how to dress, making some money, reading, getting educated, learning how to talk to people, going to therapy if you need it, and becoming more confident. Shit, I do half of this myself. The problem occurs when self-improvement requires an enemy. Now you're not working out because you want to be healthy. You're working out because you can't be a beta. You're not making money because you want financial security. You're making money because women only respect rich men. You're not improving your appearance because you want to feel good. You're obsessing over whether your rank against another man is high enough. Which brings me to looks maxing. Jesus, and clavicular.
So when you wake up every single morning and you take a look in the mirror, you're 100% satisfied with every single thing. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay, dude. All right. Well, I guess that's just, if you want to be completely disingenuous, that's fine with me.
Some of this starts very normally, like skincare, great. Haircut, great. Gym, absolutely. Better clothes, do your thing, bruh. But then, you know, we went from maybe I'll get a fade to conducting a forensic analysis on my orbital bones. Now we're mogging. Now we're measuring facial ratios and ranking genetics and analyzing jawlines. And this is where it gets weird because, you know, your appearance should be something you maintain. It shouldn't become your religion. If self-improvement makes you hate yourself more, then what's the point of self-improving?
So we did the thing, man.
We do it live, baby.
Let's go!
I have to respectfully ask you to
You're
leave.
gonna exit.
You gotta
to the
exit
left.
to the left.
Thank you for coming. You were great guest.
Yes, thanks for coming on the show.
These dudes are so damn lame. Fresh and Fit initially built a platform around teaching men about relationships, women, and masculinity. Yet somehow they repeatedly resulted in inviting women to the studio, mainly OnlyFans girls, and arguing with them for hours about nothing. Imagine building your entire brand about being successful with women, but your primary interaction with women is a deposition. It's lame. And don't get me started on the habits, let's say, of Walter and Myron.
Yeah, I know, I heard that. That's corny.
Paying for women all the time. Every date doesn't need to be a Law and Order freaking episode, like Law and Order, sexual market value unit. But that's the biggest part of my criticism with these two. If your philosophy is built around helping men develop better relationships with women, then why is so much of your content revolve around conflict with said women? And then we get to the man, the myth, the legend, the Andrew Wilson. He's a different flavor. Less Bugatti, more debate. And he's a self-proclaimed debate master.
You got to open it.
Oh, I have to open it right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. It's easier because it's an olive jar, though.
Uh-oh. Come on, you can do it.
Put it right side up. Just
You can
so
do it.
doesn't
You
spill
got
on
this.
All right, bro. I can't do it. Here.
All right. I guess, yeah, Andrew, go ahead.
I'm supposed to open the pickle jar?
It's like a, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I do. This seems a little.
It's all fucking
it's just
slick
for,
now.
It's a little,
See, it
little
is.
I gotta grip it.
Uh-oh, Andrew. If you can't open it either.
Well, your hand greased.
And Andrew can obviously argue. I'm not going to pretend that someone is stupid because I fundamentally disagree with them. But whenever he does argue, he never has facts. He never has any kind of proof of anything he's saying. It's mostly feelings. And during his arguments, he presents his ideas as intellectual legitimacy because he says so. And it usually goes like this. Premise 1, yada, yada, yada. Premise 2, yada, yada, yada. Therefore, women. And this is what happens when resentment resembles formal logic. But just because you can sound like an intellectual doesn't make your formal argument true at all. All right, so we've gone almost the entire video, and some of y'all are still wondering why I named the title to what I named the title. So let's talk about it. And once again, being gay is not an insult. I am not saying any of these men are secretly homosexual. What I am talking about is this entire performance of masculinity seems to be designed to impress other men, and it's weird. Who decides who's alpha? Men. Who decides who's beta? Men. Who decides who's high value? Men. Who are we comparing physiques with? Men. Whose money are we measuring? Men. Whose jawlines are we analyzing? Men. Who's mogging you? Probably some other dude. The women are supposed to be the prize, but the men built the scoreboard. The men enforce the rules. The men determine your ranking. And ultimately, the man decides whether you're masculine enough. There's actually a very useful concept here called homosociality. We're talking about social relationships and status among members of the same sex. And when I started looking at the manosphere through that lens, the contradiction became just hilarious to me. You built an entire lifestyle supposedly around attracting women, but you're performing it for the approval of other men. I'm just saying. But here's where I start joking and get a little serious. Because grown-ass men can watch whatever they want. I'm concerned about the boys. Some 35-year-old dude watching Andrew Tate and agreeing with him is one thing, but a 12-year-old boy learning what a woman is supposed to be before they have their first relationship is something completely different. And these kids don't necessarily have to search for the red pill content or ideology. They can simply start with a search about fitness or how to build muscle, how to become confident, how to talk to girls, and how to become successful, which are perfectly normal questions for a young man. But then somehow, some way, the algorithms start feeding them aggressive answers and leading them to this. And then you got some 13-year-old boy who never kissed a girl talk about hypergamy. Sir, you have a science project due Friday. Sit your butt down somewhere. And this particularly concerns me when we're talking about young black men because there are real issues facing black men. Things like economic inequality, educational disparities, racism, mental health, loneliness, lack of mentorships, questions about masculinity and identity. Those problems deserve real conversations. And then somebody comes along and tells a young black man, you know what's responsible for all your problems? Women. And then sometimes specifically, especially in the mouth of Myron Gaines' punk ass, black women. And no, just to be clear, black women did not create the structural problems facing black men at all. We could talk about relationships in the black community. We could talk about expectations. We could talk about accountability. We could talk about unhealthy behavior by men and women. But teaching a struggling black boy to resent black women isn't liberation. It's just giving pain to a struggling young man, a new target. And that's where some of this starts feeling less like self-help and more like an identity. And I'm not saying the entire manosphere is a cult, but some of these communities absolutely develop cult-like tendencies. Tendencies like developing a special language, like red pill, blue pill, alpha, beta, Chad, normies. People inside understand the truth, but people outside are brainwashed. Charismatic leaders like Andrew Tate, courses, paid communities, and criticisms of a leader becomes criticisms of the follower. And that's the part that really bothers me because now we're not evaluating ideas anymore. We're just defending the team. And finally, we have to talk about the biggest name associated with this era of the manosphere, Andrew Tate, aka Bottom G.
Bro, what do you do for a living? Yo, whoa, what's happening here? Where's your Bugatti? Yeah, what happened to you when you came out of jail? No way.
Or is it Top G? Power bottom. And I'm going to choose my words very carefully here. Andrew and Tristan Tate have faced some serious criminal allegations. They deny wrongdoing. Allegations are not convictions, and their guilt or innocence belongs in the legal system, not my YouTube channel.
Mr. Tate, would you mind signing?
Hey, Tate.
Come over here by me. Let's go. Come over here by me.
Authorities are seeking the extradition of Andrew and Tristan Tate. The prominent influencers in the so-called Manosphere were arrested by federal marshals in Miami. CBS's Christian Benavidez is there with details on the new charges. Christian.
Good evening, Jerika. The Tate brothers were taken into custody as they were heading to a boxing event that one of them was set to co-host here in Miami. They've indicated that they're likely going to fight those extradition charges back to the United Kingdom.
But it's actually not my point. My point is that Andrew Tate became one of the most influential models of masculinity for boys and young men. And I think that forces us to ask a much bigger question. Why do we outsource teaching our boys how to become men to internet celebrities? And then we watch these grown-ass men respond to their favorite influencers' legal problems by doing damn push-ups outside the jail. It's like, bruh, habeas corpus doesn't work that way. But that's the parasocial relationship I'm talking about. Like, these men don't know Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate don't know them. They can take the useful ideas wherever they find them, but don't hand another man your identity. So what should we actually teach these young men without leading them astray? Because I don't want young men to stop improving themselves. I actually want the exact opposite. Things like getting stronger, getting healthier, making money, getting educated, learning discipline, learning how to lead, learning how to communicate, learning how to be rejected without becoming bitter, learning how to fail without needing to blame somebody else, building friendships with other men, learning how to love somebody, and getting help when you need it. Become capable enough to protect those around you and become emotionally mature enough where nobody needs protection from you. And that's real masculinity to me. Self-improvement should eventually produce a person you actually like, because if you're richer, stronger, leaner, better looking, and getting more women, but you're still angry, still insecure, still comparing yourself to every other man around you, still blaming women for your unhappiness, and still asking the internet whether you're alpha enough, then what exactly did you improve? These young men need guidance. They need community. They need purpose. They need good men in their lives. They don't need somebody turning their loneliness into a business model. And maybe the most masculine thing a man could do is stop asking other men if he's masculine enough. I hope you enjoyed the video. If I bring any kind of value to your life, please like and subscribe, comment, let's start a discussion. Shout out to Watch TV, Jew Almighty, Abba and Preach, John Bravo, Bubba TV, all the people who inspired this video. I watch y'all. I take a lot of things from y'all, and I appreciate it. I plan on doing weekly content, so put in the comments anything you want me to talk about. I'm in the military, so it's only certain things I can talk about. So we'll do what we can. And thank y'all so much. Please, if you like this video, like and subscribe. Have a great day.